Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time. If it's your first time joining us, I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons show.
Dungeons and Dragons show!
Bit of lag there. I will have some announcements and a recap, but before we do any of that, let's first do some player introductions.
Hi, I'm After. I play Embers of White Ash with the Backseat Sunsoul Monk.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I play Lady Elwyn Amalos, who is an elvish Circle of the Land druid.
Hi, I'm Gabo, and I play Art, the Dragonborn Battlemaster Fighter. There we go.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Vert, the Changeling Armor Artificer.
Thank you, everyone. So those announcements. We premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Throughout the campaign, we use a variety of custom items, custom monsters, custom species, all that fun custom stuff, so be aware of that as you're watching. The character portraits, which you'll see once we switch to the layout, were done by an artist named Zyra Brittany, who goes by @ZylaV on Twitter. If you need a refresher on anything that's going on in the campaign, you can check out our campaign wiki at World Anvil. You can also find us on our socials, where our handle is Antiheroes Anonymous. And the links and information about everything I just mentioned and more can be found in the description, including some links to trans rights, Black Lives Matter, and Stop Asian Hate resources. And last but not least, we just hope you enjoy the show, share with your friends, and come back to watch some more. So with all of that out of the way, let's roll the intro video. And welcome back. Previously, on Antiheroes Anonymous, the Silver Seekers traveled to Philareth along with Emilio and Maria, who are fledgling Knights of the Scale, in order to try and save the city from Cephalosk's meddling. Instead, they arrived at the moment of the city's obliteration, and then witnessed time rewind itself to before the catastrophe. All of Philareth is then trapped inside of a time bubble, with events repeating on a 10-hour loop. Vert got the Seekers inside the bubble, and they began trying to avert various disasters. They partially succeeded in preventing a riot, and failed to avoid an onslaught of monsters, electing instead to seek help from the fake legate Mira Durthane. The meat was a trap, however, and now the Seekers are caught. And that is where we left off. Let me pause this music. We will pick up exactly where we left off, which I'll remind you, I'll reset the scene. This servant man came to fetch you from the waiting room after you had been left to wait for about, maybe 20, 25 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes. And he led you to these doors that are clearly like the grand double doors outside of like a throne room or, other sort of like speaker chamber sort of thing. And right before he was to open the door, he turned around and said, "I'm sorry to inform you, but there's been a change of plans. You will not be meeting the legate." And then he reached up and grabbed a candle sconce on the wall and pulled it downward, collapsing a perhaps 20 by 20 foot of area of the floor directly underneath you, causing all of you who were standing on that floor to fall downward. Elwyn, we had a discussion after episode about your passive insight.
Mhm. Which is 21.
Yes, I'm not going to retcon anything that happened.
Right.
But there's a brief moment when this individual turns around and like reaches up to pull the candle sconce where you notice something. You notice like slight inconsistencies with this person's appearance, just like things that don't make perfect sense. Like they're trying to put on this like kind of like weathered servant's appearance, but like the skin looks a little too smooth and like well cared for that. Just weird little details that don't quite line up. And it's the second you realize something is off is when that handle drops. And you have that realization as you're falling. And you see just this flicker in this person's eyes, where their eyes, for just the briefest moment, flicker to these non-human... gosh, what would they look like? Just a second. They're just like inky black voids.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And then the group of you are dropping. And you fall. There's that lurching, falling feeling. And let me get some music.
Falling music.
Yeah, falling music.
Can I shout wrong lever as we start falling?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
Why do you even have that lever?
For this specific purpose.
Can I quickly look down and make a determination on like if this is going to be a hurtful fall for those of us who don't have flying speeds?
Yeah. You could use like a reaction to, I'd say, make a quick perception check.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I was hoping to use Feather Fall on those of us that needed it, if I need to.
Okay, so yes, then after your perception check, if you want to use Feather Fall, I would let you do that as part of the same reaction.
Okay. All right. I just remembered the dice are over there. 1 second, everybody. Okay. I'll just make the roll here then. I rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you look down, and in the briefest moment, the briefest glance, you see that below you, maybe like 30 feet down, there is a surface. So you're going to fall about 30 feet and then hit this surface, but that surface is like a sloped slide that is then going to convey everyone down further.
Okay. Is that... As far as sloped surfaces go in fall damage, mechanically, is that going to hurt people? To land on that instead of like just like sliding down afterwards?
It might, possibly. It will kind of depend on how everyone lands.
Okay, I might save my spell slot then.
You don't have too long to think about it.
I'm gonna use it.
It's a level 1 spell.
Yeah,
that's gonna save us some damage.
Yeah, I just don't have a lot, but yeah, I think it's worth doing. Okay, so I will cast Featherfall on. Well, wait. So she's inside of Art. The ghost is. So she's not. Then so the what's his name? Emilio. And then the other person.
Maria.
Maria.
I guess Art. And
I mean, can I use
Elwyn?
Draconic Flight?
Well,
do you want to expend it?
I'm trying to make so you don't have to use resources. So we just use one spell.
You'd probably hit the ground before you have opportunity to activate that, is the other thing. Because it's not a reaction.
I see.
Or is it?
No.
Okay, then you'd hit the ground before you have the opportunity to react.
Yeah, because I think Embers is probably fine.
Yeah, I'm going to use my own reaction to slow fall.
Got it. And I can cast it on 5 people. So Emilio, Maria, Art, Elwyn, and then I have one more, so I guess I'll use it on myself. And then Embers is probably good.
Embers is definitely good. Okay, so that means that pretty much everyone is slow falling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the effect of Featherfall is... Can you read the spell to me?
Yes.
It's been a while.
Sure thing.
Especially the new rules.
Yes. So choose up to 5 creatures within range. A fallen creature's rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends, and the duration is 1 minute. The creature takes no damage from falling if they land before the spell ends.
Okay, so you look down and like in an instant perceive what you are falling down into and make that snap decision to cast your spell. And the magic ripples out and kind of catches all of your friends, and everyone slowly descends down to this slope. And as you do so, the opening above you closes back up. And the group of you land on this now sloped surface, where I need each of you at advantage, because you have the Featherfall, to make a dexterity saving throw. How did everyone do?
26.
19.
13.
One of them was a 1, but I got a 14.
Okay. Embers and Art. Oh, and Gabo, do you have Maria and Emilio's stats up as well?
Oh, shit. Yes. I forget I have children that I need to roll for.
Oh, shit.
So hard. Okay, this one's good. This is 15 plus...
Come closer to the mic, please.
Yeah, you got a little ways away from your mic.
15 plus nothing, so 15
Okay.
for Emilio. And 15 for Maria.
They're so in sync.
Yeah, I know. It's beautiful.
Hi.
Embers, Emilio, Maria, and Vert. Sorry, not Vert, and Art. You manage to kind of brace yourselves on this slope, and you don't go sliding down automatically. But Elwyn and Vert do go tumbling down the slide.
Talk about being in sync.
You're in sync.
So, can I add something? I do have a flying speed.
This is true.
So, can I choose if I can just activate the flying speed to just...
Yeah,
do or not
you
do
would
that?
tumble just a little bit, and then you could activate your flying speed and be just fine.
Can I grab a hold of Elwyn then?
I was going to offer to Embers and Art if they wanted to try and grab Elwyn before she falls.
Okay.
But if she does fall, maybe you can get a second chance,
All right.
since you stop yourself a little
What
ways
about
down.
me? Do I get a chance to save myself? I'm not a damsel over here.
That was your dexterity saving throw. You had your chance. Now you are a
But I don't
damsel.
have an action. I just have like a saving throw and that's it.
Well, do you have an action you want to use?
Yeah.
Okay, do it then.
I want to cast Spider Climb on myself.
Do it.
I do.
Okay,
And I
then
grab hold of the wall.
I'm so
Elwyn and
excited to
Vert
get
tumble
to do
a
bodyguard
little
stuff.
ways down, and then Vert kind of like with the power of the wind nexus like whooshes up into the air.
Well,
and
give
Elwyn-
Embers a reaction to grab me first. Because I feel like that would happen first before I get an action.
Okay. It would be a strength saving throw
Can do that.
Wait, what?
to try and grab Elwyn before she falls.
Do we both try?
Yep, sure.
Oh, yeah, then Art is probably going to do better at this.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll try it.
I mean, 16. I didn't roll great.
Well, you rolled better than that one.
Okay. Yeah, but Art, you managed to grab on to Elwyn, and Elwyn, then you get your spell out, and you are, if you want to, still,
Yeah, I probably would.
then you are spider climbed onto the wall.
That would give me the presence of mind to use an action and not a reaction for that.
Mm.
Thank you. I'm good. Are we all good? Is everyone good? Did Emilio and Maria roll?
No,
Yeah,
they managed
they're
to
good.
stop themselves on the slope.
Okay,
Now
okay.
that you're stopped on the slope, though, you can see that maybe, I don't know, 100 feet down the slope, there is light coming from down there.
Up or down,
Oh,
y'all?
I don't think we can open the door up.
yeah. Down
All
it
right.
is?
Okay, so wait, I need a little bit of clarification. So there's a slope that we avoided through various means, and then there's
You
an
didn't
alternate.
avoid it so much as you managed to, like,
Oh, so
We
we're
stopped
you're
stopped.
still on the slope, but you managed to stop
Ah.
yourselves from tumbling down it.
Okay. So it's just one slope, one direction. It's
One
not like
big
it's.
slope. Yep.
Got it. Okay, I'm there. You said there's light coming through.
Yeah, there's light coming from the bottom of the slope, which is probably about 100 feet or so down.
Are there any more like mechanisms that I can see down that sloped path, like something that's gonna like open and close and like lock us into another
Roll an
area? Or...
investigation check.
Okay.
This would be like looking for traps, basically.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty
Guidance.
good. Oh yeah.
Wait. Is spider climb concentration?
Hmm.
It is. I did not cast guidance on you.
Never mind then. I got an 18.
And what is your dark vision? Because it is dark down here.
60 feet.
60 feet. So you can see 60 feet down the slope.
I would offer to actually just go scout it out since I can fly down and back up and kind of like slowly
Okay.
progress down and while I'm looking.
I
What?
can come with you because I can walk down the slope,
Yeah, let's do it.
and I have better vision in the dark than you do.
You have superior vision compared
Yes.
to mine.
It has been known to be called that. Yes.
You want to make a perception check or a investigation check as well, then, Elwyn?
Sure. I'd rather make a perception check.
I mean, well, what are you looking for? Because Vert's looking for like mechanisms, which is more investigation. but-
I'm looking just to see what's down there. Because I don't think Vert has communicated
Okay.
what he's looking for. I'm just trying to see what's at the bottom of this
Yeah,
slide.
I'll give you guys different information based on this check, but you can do perception.
Great. I missed my tab. There we go. Oh, natural 20!
Okay, so it was 18 on the investigation and then natural 20.
So 28 total.
Damn.
Vert, as you kind of slowly proceed down this slope using your flying speed, checking like almost foot by foot for any sort of signs of traps, you don't see any further mechanisms that will lock you in until you get towards the bottom. It looks like there is like a metal door that slides out at the bottom that will block the chute back upward.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And Elwyn, as you don't really see anything more than like the light at the bottom of the tunnel, but you notice that the light at the bottom of the tunnel has like a flickering to it, almost like torchlight or firelight. But more it's your other senses where you catch some interesting things. You smell the scent of like old dried blood, and you hear like sounds of the scratching of like claws or something like that on stone floor, and then almost most interestingly, because it sends a reaction through you that you don't really expect, you catch a very specific smell, and this is like coming in through your recently enhanced senses. You smell like a canine smell.
I think Elwyn will grab Vert's arm, or Anna's arm, I guess, as we're kind of making our way down the passage, and she'll just say, there's something down there, something alive and something feral.
Okay. I see. Can we make a different path out of here? What's the material of the chute that we're in, or the little like area?
It's like smooth stone.
It's stone, not metal.
Yep.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing at the top of the shaft while they move down to investigate?
I have a climbing speed, so I think I can get up to the top of the shaft without too much problem. So I'm gonna look to see if there's a way that like the trapdoor can be pulled back open.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Okay.
How high? It's 30 feet up, right? You said.
Yeah, 30 feet up to the trapdoor.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with embers, like on the floor. But if this is something that can be solved with brute force, I will pop my wings out and go to embers.
Embers rolled her second natural one of the session.
Oh my god!
No!
Put that die in jail! Put that
Get
die
him
on
out
jail!
now, I guess.
Get it out of here! Is it the same die twice?
I don't remember.
Just
Yikes.
get it out of here. Just put it away. It's in timeout. Yeah.
Listeners don't know this, but Aster just mimed swallowing the die. Anyways, you climb up and you're kind of investigating the door that swung shut behind you, and it fits like almost perfectly flush with the stone of the shaft downward. Like it's, as far as you can tell, it's impeccable craftsmanship. You don't know, like there's nothing for you to grab on here to force it open. And even if you could, it looks incredibly heavy.
Yeah, I would just say to Art, I don't think we're getting back up through here. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, guess we're going down. Yeah, I think we'll make our way down then to the others.
Before you go, Emilio kind of grabs onto your shoulder for a second and says, Art, we promised we'd listen to your orders. What should we do? Should we come with?
Well, come with, but maybe stay towards the back. Like, don't hop into action first. Let us scope it out and we'll make it out of here.
We'll stay close but behind.
Yes, sounds good.
Yeah, and Maria and Emilio kind of like take up positions behind you. Vert and Elwyn, did you have any ideas you want to try?
Yeah, if we determine that we can't go back up, then I guess we could sort of slowly approach the opening on the bottom and maybe peek out and see if there is like danger right away.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Okay.
You get to the bottom of the slope, and your friends kind of come up behind you a little bit at this point. There's actually another room here at the bottom. This downward slope was going to dump you out into a room, and there's like another 5-foot fall to the ground from this slope into this new room. And it's like basically a circular stone chamber, not very big. I don't know, maybe like a 15-foot diameter, or not diameter, radius across. So like 30-foot diameter. And then there's another short tunnel that proceeds forward, and that's where the light's coming from, because this chamber here, this next chamber, is as dark as the tunnel you just came from. But as you look into it, it's not empty. There are racks of weapons and armor and things like that here that all look heavily used. They've got, like, the armor has dents in it, the weapons have chips. Yeah, and like there's blood stains and things like that on the weapons as well.
Remind me, did I cast Detect Magic last? I don't think I did. I think I used the time to cast Water Breathing. Okay. All right. Never mind.
That was the other game. Okay. But does it look like a prison or something, or is it like we'd be dumped into like a cell? Or
no, it's more like an armory.
And
so
go ahead.
Sorry, clarify something for me. The slide was going to dump us into this armory or into the dark room?
The armory, which is the dark room.
The armory is the dark room. Where's the candlelight coming from?
Oh.
There's a hallway extending from the armory, and then at the end of that, it looks like it opens up into the room where the candle/firelight is coming from.
I see. Okay.
Oh, so any way out is still through that
Through the
fall.
armory. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. The chute drops you into the armory, which then has a hallway that leads into another room that opens up and is lit.
And one more clarification. Oh, sorry. Uh-oh.
No. Uh-oh.
Art is short-circuiting.
Yeah.
There's no other to go like from up here, right? Oh no.
There's no other way to go? No, it looks like the only obvious and exit to this armory is forward.
Okay, one quick clarification.
Okay, sounds good.
When that person hit the lever and dropped us, was there anyone else in the room or in that area that could see what was happening?
Yes, there were some of those rune sentinels.
Okay.
Like standing watch at the door into the throne chamber or whatever was beyond that door.
Yeah, because I kind of had a suspicion for just a moment that if that person was trying to get us to like a secret place to carry on the conversation or something from the message that we sent in. But if there were, if we're going to a known location that the guards are aware of, then that kind of makes me believe that a little bit less. Gosh.
I think the only way out of here is to go down through there, but we just gotta proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Can we? Do we have any sort of like invisibility or anything we can use?
I don't know if we should be using resources like that this early.
Well, if we're going into a very trapped area, then I'd be.
I can make it harder for them to find us if we are trying to be quiet, but I don't have anything that can make us invisible.
Yeah. If you want me to go forward, I can try and keep hidden.
I was gonna say, oh, that's a good point. Yeah. No, because I was gonna say, like, I'm happy to go in, like, just like, and if anything bad happens, like, take the hit. But I like Ember's idea better.
Yeah, I think we could try sending because Ember's is pretty stealthy, right? Or
yeah, I've got a +8.
Yeah, so maybe you can go first and give us like a signal or something.
And I can climb back up here if need be.
Well,
can you see in the dark?
So that
of course I can see in the dark.
That gate
that take me for
at the bottom
Someone
that I investigated
isn't half drow.
Is it does it look like automated? Like it's just gonna just slam shut or something?
You rolled an 18. You spot it. It's like a metal door that looks like it's going to kind of slide out of the wall. The mechanism for making it do that is a little bit unclear.
Okay.
I can try to.
You're standing.
Do you want me to try and cover it with ice and see if that stops it from?
I just want to see if it has a locking feature on it, or if I noticed a locking feature that after the weight pushes it open and then it it'll come back if it locks afterwards. If we wouldn't be able to open it up.
I think it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
From how it is now, because it's slid into the wall at the moment.
Yeah, I guess that's the only thing I'm worried about with Embers is if she goes down. I guess we could just stand there, hold it open or something, and be it's safe.
Well, let me allow me. I can fit ice within a 10-foot cube. I don't know how big the opening.
Oh yeah, and then you can just like lodge it in there so it can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll just
Sorry.
30.
To see if anything happens once something enters the area.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I can at least try to block one of the doors with my ice. So
Yeah.
I think she just says, allow me, and she will grab her staff and summon the ice power and just try to like create a seal with the ice on the door, at least half of it, as much as she can.
So
And then
Embers can go
10-foot
through
cube.
and then yeah,
So
So
it's
Embers
like
can go through and it will prevent the door from hopefully coming out.
that's a good idea.
it's like a 15-foot doorway.
Right.
And then these metal doors are going to slide outward. So you can block with your 10-foot
Like half
cube
of it,
one
yeah.
side of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Embers, do you step down into the room?
Is everyone else ready for that to happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If
I'm
the
ready.
ice is on one side, I'll be on the other side, like holding it just in case.
Okay.
Ready to hold it open if it starts to close. Yeah.
Embers, you step down onto the floor.
Mhm.
Can you make just a dexterity check for me? Not a saving throw, just like a check.
That's a 22.
22. Yeah, you step down onto the floor and you wait a moment and another moment and nothing happens.
Okay. I would like to move forward stealthily into a place where I can see what's going on in the lit room ahead.
Okay, make a stealth check.
That's a 25.
Okay. You sneak forward. So the hallway that leaves this room extends probably about 30 feet. But you go kind of towards the end of it, and it ends in what is obviously a portcullis, but the portcullis is raised. So it could potentially drop at some point, but it is raised. And it opens up into a wide space with a dirt floor. And as you kind of look, you peek around the corners and look into this space, it's there are like all of these raised stone columns in here at kind of oddly placed intervals, and make a perception check as well.
Let's see here. 17.
17. You hear it coming and manage to duck back around that corner of the the edge of the portcullis just in time as a creature comes into your vision, prowling around one of these stone columns. And you can see it in the flickering torchlight of torches that are in sconces along the wall. This creature is like a wolf in form, but it has more wicked-looking claws, and almost like large bat-like ears, and its eyes have this like glowing neon color to them. But the oddest feature of it is that coming off of its back, in like wispy smoke, is this sort of blue, purple, yellow, and green arcane energy that just kind of drifts up off of its back. And as it kind of turns the corner around this pillar, you notice that its tail is actually formed of the same like wispy energy. I can, on roll 20, show you this thing.
Oh my god.
Sounds so cool.
Ah!
You guys are on a different layer, but can you or a different screen, but can you see this?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so I need to drag you to the right screen. I didn't want to reveal everything just yet, but I guess it's time.
Well, I mean, I am seeing some of this.
Yes. So everyone is on the map here, but for now it's just Embers.
Oh,
This is what you
shit.
see.
whoa!
Oh.
Whoa!
That's
That looks really cool!
Can I keep one as a pet?
Yes.
Can I
certainly try.
Can we tame? Listen, I'm real good with animals. I've got speak with animals every day prepared.
Yeah.
Does anyone follow Embers, or do you kind of wait in the?
I mean,
Shoot.
I feel like Art was holding the door open, but I feel like at least one of us should go at least halfway so that she's not completely alone if she gets caught.
I figure she could give us like a thumbs up or something. You know, if it's safe to come down or whatever, right?
What I wanted to do is sort of get a sense of. Can I tell how many of these things there are?
What was your perception check? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was. I take notes on all this stuff. 17.
17. I mean, you as a player can see them on the map.
Yeah. But
I would say, Embers figures there's probably 4 or 5 of these things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's
with
obviously
that,
something at the back of the chamber there that you can see as players that Embers cannot see just yet.
I can't see that. With that information, I think I'd go back to the trapdoor and let everyone else know what I'm seeing.
Told you, there's something feral down there. Something.
Sort of like magic wolves.
It smells like dried blood and canines.
4 or 5 of them. I think we could take them. And I don't really see another way out.
Do
Are
I
they
recognize
aggressive?
these creatures?
Well, you haven't seen them.
Or just the
By
description?
Embers' description, I don't think you would.
Okay,
No.
so I know they're not like native to Vogma.
No, certainly
Okay.
not.
And Ellen asked, are they aggressive?
Are they aggressive? Like obviously aggressive?
Well, I mean, that they didn't see me, so hard to say.
I
for
mean,
sure.
it smelled like blood, so I assume they're carnivorous, but would they attack us on sight, I wonder?
Embers, I would say that when you were watching them, you probably saw 1 or 2 of them like nip at each other a little bit.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's some aggression there.
Yeah, they seem hungry.
Right.
Anyway, I think we're about as forewarned as we can get.
Well, there's only one way through here. We might as well go. Are we ready?
So we're in an armory
Mm-hmm.
right now, right? You said?
Well, you haven't gone down into the armory yet.
Okay.
The only one who's gone down so far is Embers, as far as I'm aware. Everyone else is still like back up in the chute, waiting for the all clear.
Okay. I think at this point it sounds like we can come down, unless someone else has another idea that we wanted. Okay. So I think we would all come down then.
Okay. As soon as the next person, who's not a very light-footed cat monk, touches the ground, that door begins to grind against the ice block. So you all kind of have to like rush into the room, assuming that's what you want to do. No objections?
Yeah.
You rush into the room.
Yeah.
And the door,
Into the
like
room.
you can hear the sounds of like heavy motorized things like churning in the walls there. And you smell smoke. But after a brief moment, there's a cracking of ice and they slam shut.
Cool.
Who's concentrating on stuff at the moment?
I am.
You notice that your spell just like winks out, and anyone who's like got magic items and things like that, the magic effect on it just ends.
What?
Fun.
What?
So
On my staff, too?
Hang on a second. Wouldn't Embers notice that? Or is that part of the triggering of the
The door closing.
thing that she
Embers did not notice anything like that, so...
Oh, shoot. Okay. Neat.
Wait. So that includes my staff?
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, I don't like this place.
So I assume our temp HP is gone.
No, that would stay. You can keep it.
But like,
I'm gonna try to
okay.
druidcraft something, or cast a minor illusion, something to test and see if the magic works.
Yeah, there's nothing. The magic just does not come into effect.
All right, you two stay back. Art and I are going to stay up front.
can
Yeah.
we determine what the the thing is that's preventing magic?
You could roll an Arcana check.
Also, I hate to be that person, but the spell I was concentrating on was Spider Climb. So depending on when that door closed, I may or may not fall. From the wall.
I'm going to say you all made it into the room before the effect kind of takes place. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll make an Arcana check.
Does our underwater breathing effect end too?
You don't really have a way to. I guess Elwyn would know. Yeah, that spell seems suppressed. I would say, if anything, like it's not like the effect has ended; it feels suppressed.
It's just rest. Okay.
Yeah. To clarify.
Okay. Well, I got a 13 on mine. I don't know if Elwyn was also going to do a check or not.
Sorry, what check is this?
To try and find the source of the magic disabling thingy.
Did you?
Is Fulgora is she still on my sword? Does my sword's magic still work?
Your sword, which almost always has a radiant light to it. If you pull it out of its sheath, it's dull. It's just there's no light in the crystal of the blade.
So honestly, I think that Elwyn's panicking, actually panicking. So unless you actually invite her and ask her to help you, she's not planning to.
Yeah, you try and cast spells and stuff, and then I think Anna would grab Elwyn's arm and be like, Elwyn, let's look for the source of this thing and see if we can figure it out.
Yes, right. Source. What am I rolling?
Arcana?
Arcana. Okay. That's why you wanted me to help
My teacher, Sensei.
How did Kay, I mean, how does that snap Elwyn out of her panic, or is she still pretty panicked?
I mean, she is freaking out, but I think that she's really good at putting that behind a wall and focusing, because she's that's her noble upbringing. It's okay, put the wall up. We deal with emotions later. We focus on, poise. So she's
conceal, don't feel. Don't let them know.
Oh my
exactly.
God, stop.
Exactly.
Okay, then you can roll the check. Just
so she's my magic's not working. I can't do anything. And then Vert's focus. We need to do this thing. And she's right. Yes. Look, do the thing.
Incredible.
29.
Okay. And Vert, you rolled what?
13.
13.
With 13, you look around the room, and there's nothing that to your eye, seems like a magical device or anything like that. It's just all of these old, chipped and broken weapons and dented armor sets. So you're not really able to locate anything. But Elwyn, you do a little bit of experimenting, walking around the room and just sensing out that suppression feeling, and you circle in on the center of the room, and dust off the floor there, and you find that the floor in the center of the room is actually covered in some sort of metal plating that seems to be bolted in there, covering something, and it feels like the suppression effect here in the center is the strongest.
Bert, it's here. It's right here. Do you have your tools?
Yes.
They don't work. They're magic.
I have other mundane tools too, though.
What kind of tools?
Like a crowbar.
Okay, yeah, you could try a crowbar.
Okay.
Or hand it to Art.
That's what I was just gonna do. Art, point at the floor, hand the crowbar. Your time to shine, bud.
Yeah. Can I try to pry this thing open?
Yeah, I have
make an athletics check.
mundane hammer.
With my
Wait,
muscles.
hang on. if this is a strength check, he get advantage when you use the crowbar's leverage, is what the item says. So if you'll allow it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow it.
I'll use
Like
the
it's real hard to get
leverage.
the leverage you need. Like you might have to chip into the stone a little bit, but it sounded like you have tools for that too.
I do.
So yeah, you have to chip into the stone a little bit to get the leverage, but then you can get the crowbar under there. Make that athletics check. Athletics check.
Okay, sweet.
Talking is hard.
Ooh, okay. That's an 18 on the die.
That's gonna be real good.
29.
Another
Yeah.
29.
I mean, I was gonna set this at like 27 or 28 because
Nice.
it's like in the floor, but Art with just like his muscles bulge, and you guys can see like the veins under the scales, and he just with like a heave, uses the leverage of this crowbar, and like you hear stone cracking as this like metal container is pulled up out of the ground.
Okay. So it's a container?
And the source is inside this container.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Okay.
Whatever's in there is doing it. Can you get that open?
It's like, so Art is probably the only one, unless Vert uses his intelligence, who can like carry this container, because it is like a big cylindrical metal thing. So like it's very heavy.
How big is it, roughly?
Okay.
Probably like maybe like 1.5 feet long, and then it's I don't know, like 8 inches in diameter. The cylinder.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like a very solid metal cylinder. It seems.
Oh, so it's
Oh, you cut out
it's
again.
a unit like a is it? Can we see inside it? Like
No,
shit.
it's like we can hear you. It's like it's like a metal cylinder. There's no like glass window or anything to look inside of it.
So as an experiment, if we roll it, if we like place it on the far opposite side of this room and then walk to the other side, do we notice the effect diminish? After
Yeah,
we get out of range?
when you walk to the other side of the room while it's on the opposite side, you feel that suppression lift and all of your magic activates again.
Okay. So it is just an area of effect.
Oh.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, Vert, why don't you roll a just like an insight or investigation? Are you proficient in either of those?
I am. In insight, yes.
I feel like this is something that's up your alley. So just roll insight and I'll
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say like should I throw it like a football?
I got a 19.
So you kind of think about everything you've experienced since you fell. And you kind of start to put together the intent of how things were supposed to play out, and you just messed it up.
Right.
The doors were supposed to open, dropping you onto the tunnel, which would roll you down into this room uncontrollably, where this magic would activate, and you'd kind of have no force or no choice but to like go forward into the arena with no preparation.
Right.
Like no ability to like magically heal from any wounds you sustained or anything like that. Like this entire thing is orchestrated to push people into the arena in like a wounded and unprepared state.
Yeah, and it's funny, right before you explain it, I actually, as the player, I'm like, I think I see everything here, and it was exactly the same. So I'm like, all right, I feel like that was a good check. We got there. So awesome. Okay, so how can we... So I think Anna will, like, after we uncover all of these details... Okay, so how do we make this a problem for them? We can now...
We're already...
Go ahead.
We're already in pretty good fighting shape. I mean, we didn't fall in any serious way or hurt ourselves on it.
Yeah. That's good. If we... like kind of look at those creatures, do we get a sense
Want
that
to sneak up there and take a look? I would need a stealth check for that.
I just want to know if they are magical. Like, if we rolled this container into that room, if that would mess them up somehow.
I don't think that's something I can answer for you.
Yeah. Okay. But
I
anyway,
mean, unless you go up there to take a look at them yourself.
Not
And
yet.
throw it.
Yeah, we could just chuck it in there. That would be kind of a fun twist.
Put it on a block of ice and slide it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was going to say, what do I roll to throw it like a football across the room?
The athletics.
Also, clarification. You mentioned that the magic was suppressed, and now we know kind of how that suppression works. I'm guessing we didn't lose attunement to our items, right?
No.
Okay.
Yep. It was just suppressed.
No, that would have sucked.
Okay. So
that would have been real bad.
Yeah, I don't know of really
It was-
anything in the game that can remove your attunement.
Okay, so if I have time right now, then I'm going to finish attuning to the Rod of Rulership. That is something I could potentially use in this upcoming room.
Do we want to spend like another half hour or so finishing a short rest?
Like, how long is it?
Is it a short rest or a long rest to attune to something?
It's a short rest.
It's a short rest.
It is a short rest.
Yep.
I can't remember how long we spent waiting before.
It was like 20 minutes.
But I feel like we also got interrupted, right? So that doesn't count as
Yeah.
a full short
So
rest.
it would basically reset.
Oh,
You'd
it
have
does
to
reset.
spend an hour.
You'd need another hour.
And there's no telling if they'd let you get away with that.
Yeah,
Like, if they might
so
do
maybe not
something.
then. I wasn't sure if it would like carry over or not, but that makes sense if it has to be like a continuous.
Yeah, I think the way it works is you cannot be interrupted.
Got
Or you
it.
have to start again.
Sounds good.
Mhm.
Okay, so I don't have that ready. Yeah, I mean, if there's any like buffs essentially that we wanted to use or prepare before we get in there, I mean, I guess we could do that. If we wanted to maybe take another look at these creatures and sort of perceive what their tactics might be, we could do that too. Otherwise, we can just go in there with a strong marching order and a somewhat of a plan and just do our best. Because there's only like you said, it was sort of designed to only be one directional, right? Like you just fall through the thing and then go forward. But why are there weapons here?
I think that somebody is watching. I think somebody wants a good show.
Oh,
And like I said, like the weapons here are they all look used, like heavily.
Like gladiatorial combat style type of thing?
Yeah, you rolled really good on the insight check. Actually, I need a separate check for this. Could you make a history check at advantage?
Yeah.
Anyone else who wants to can, but Vert gets the advantage here.
History check.
24.
I'm proficient.
I'm not going to bother.
Natural one.
Seven.
You do 1 too? 7? Okay. So, Vert, you think back on like what you know about Viduune and how it was as a country before the Empire took over, because this building predates the Empire. Viduune had basically a chancellor that was the ruler of the entire country, and the chancellor ruled from their seat here in Fulerith, specifically in this castle keep that you're in, the Bolt Queen's Bastion. But Viduuneese politics are basically a myriad web of noble houses that have risen and fallen throughout the years. So there's like a record of all these different noble houses that have, vied for power and then lost all of their power in like brutal power struggles and things like that. And there's just like they've just risen and fallen throughout the years. So Viduune kind of has this reputation for like cutthroat, like cloak and dagger nobility politics. So with your knowledge of that history, this is definitely a trap that was built into the palace to be the downfall of rival noble houses, catch them unaware, have them fall down, and then fight to death their deaths in like brutal gladiatorial combat against whatever monster you've prepared for them to fight.
Okay. I see. So,
well, I hate the idea of killing things, especially things that were set up to against their will to fight us.
Also, Embers mentioned the someone's watching thing in character, right?
Mhm.
I think that's the thing that sort of sparks Vert's memory, and he kind of nods like, I think you're right, actually. I think there's something going down with why everything is placed the way it is. Well, as a preparation, I guess I'll cast Mirror Image on myself, since the magic is back.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is no other way to go but forward, but now we're, sort of better prepared, not wounded or anything, so maybe we're in pretty good fighting shape to handle it. We can give it a shot.
Let's go.
I do think that Arch should just take that cylinder thing and just like chuck it into the room before we into the center or like
Sure.
like towards a few of them.
Can I ask for a test first before we do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what kind of test?
Ellen, can you stand over in the corner where magic is working now and try and cast one of your easy spells over into the field?
Oh, I see. Yeah, so she'll stand in the magic is okay zone and try to create an illusion using minor illusion in the magic is not okay zone.
Yeah, it does not appear. It doesn't produce.
Yeah. So if you cancel out magic for them, you're going to cancel it out for me too.
Yeah.
That's my worry.
Yeah.
Let's leave it.
Dang.
I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to use
Bad
it
magic.
as a weapon.
I would place it as far from us as possible. So like the very where we came, basically where we came in from.
Can you put this thing in a bag of holding?
Probably.
Do you have a bag of holding?
Do
we have a bag.
How?
What happens when a bag of holding meets anti-magic field?
I know.
Suppressed.
Oh no! Oh no!
I don't know.
I don't know about this.
Incredible.
I don't know. Oh, sorry. We don't have to do it. We can leave it. It's fine.
The world.
I do want to know
Shit, what would happen?
later, Ethan. We can talk about what might have happened, I think, because I'm really curious.
I want to see your equations on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a quick Google, and it sounds like there's some D&D 3rd edition lore on this exact subject, so I'll look into it later.
Yeah, it's fine. We can just...
Hell yeah.
We'll leave the
We're
thing,
not doing it. I
we're not doing
am
it.
fully against the anti-magic. Put that thing as far away from me as you can get it, and let's go.
Yeah. Give it a good whack or two to break it, and then let's leave.
I kick it.
Yeah.
You stub your toe.
15 strength. I don't stub my toe.
All right.
Well, you don't do any damage to it, that's for sure.
I have sturdy boots.
I mean, do you think we can like pull those things to us if we start like taking pop shots at them, or do we just want to just step in there?
Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, we can try to lure at least.
Because we can we can throw
I have
like
a
cantrips and
longbow.
stuff at them too, right?
Yeah.
And get
We
the
can also
jump
go-
on them, so to speak, instead of just like waltzing
we can
through the
also-
portcullis.
I'm happy to do either.
Your guys' choice. Kay doesn't want to delay anymore. She wants to just walk in there.
I do kind of want to start this fight.
Let's just get in there.
I'm
then.
playing
That's
my
fine.
character, and my character is not being hasty or impatient, despite what the player feels.
So where are you guys at this moment? Are you still in the armory room?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
We don't actually know how to open this portcullis, as far as I know.
Well, the portcullis is up
It's
right
open.
now,
Oh, it's lifted. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
as if
Yo.
inviting you inward.
They are expecting us in there. We should give them the show they're expecting to see. We might win something.
Okay.
That's what I think. If you want to try to lure them out, you can try to lure them out. I don't know how that'll go, but you can try it.
All right.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Okay. The group of you stride forth down the hallway and into the arena. And the minute the last of you cross that threshold, the portcullis begins to lower.
Are we bringing
you.
Maria and Amelia with us?
I think we
into
should.
the arena? Okay.
I don't think we want them to be locked behind a portcullis.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just checking.
They're with us. They're just gonna
Great.
stay-
Great.
Chill out. Yeah.
I'm for it. I just wanted to voice it.
Yeah. No,
Now
that's a
that
fair
the group of
question.
you-
I thought about it.
Are in the arena, could you all make a perception check?
Sure.
That's a 20.
Ooh.
Oh, about time.
11.
18.
18.
Okay. Those of you who are above 15, I'm gonna drag you back over to this map here. As you step into this arena and look around it, and by the way, for the viewers, I didn't make this map. I'll put the info in the description for who did make the map. But as the group of you look around this arena and look up, which is something that Embers couldn't really do from her vantage, before the portcullis earlier. You see that there's a raised, elevated platform with all of these arches, so that people could gather to look down on you. But the platform up there is relatively empty for the most part, except that you can see sort of to your right and up, and I'll ping the location. There is a Warforged standing and looking down at you. And to the left and up, there is a white-haired dwarf standing and looking down at you. And next to that white-haired dwarf is that servant who pulled the lever to drop you down here. And as you come out into the chamber, his form shifts and ripples, and his skin becomes this green, almost like scaly texture, and then these barbs, these spines grow up all over him, as it takes on this infernal appearance. And I can show the token for that since there's new art in the monster manual.
Oh, good.
Oof.
Shit.
Ooh, that's rough.
Sorry, can you show it again? I clicked into the thing.
There you go.
Okay, I'm
That is rough.
Show it, actually. Changed my mind.
It will show Albric as well. You might remember that mug.
Mm-hmm.
And Skulk over here.
Asshole.
But straight ahead of you, past this big pillar that's in your way, so you kind of might have to come around the pillar to actually get a look at it. There is this VIP box seating at a theater, looking directly down on the arena, and in there is a dwarven woman who has this raven black hair that falls over her shoulders, and she's dressed in this royal arrayment with the typical monarch's cape type thing, just these very fine robes, and standing next to her, she kind of has her hand resting on its neck. You can see the coiled neck and black scales of a dragon. And this dragon has almost fiendish, devilish horns that kind of curl around the sides of its face. And I will show the new Monster Manual's black dragon art.
My God.
Oh, shit.
Oof.
That's rad.
And in front of all of these people I've just described, where they stand on these raised positions, there are these shimmering walls of force, which the group of you have seen walls of force before. It's a very similar effect. There's just this bluish, transparent barrier between you and them. And these wolves, now all of you can see them, begin to prowl towards you. But the last thing you see is on the stone pillar that is directly in front of the kind of box seats where the dwarven woman and the dragon are settled, is a chained up figure, not in her armor as depicted here, not with her weapons as depicted here, but in kind of a simple, like, tunic, and like chained to the top of this pillar, you see the form of Night Mantis.
Oh.
Vert's half-sister.
No!
Well, Vert, you got what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
We did end up making a beeline to exactly what you wanted.
I guess we did.
Oh my god.
And as you come into the chamber, this woman, this dwarven woman with her hand on the dragon, she speaks, and her voice is like amplified down in the chamber towards you, and she says, "Finally! Took you long enough, my sweet, sweet nephew. I've been waiting for you." And then her form shifts as well, and Vert, as a changeling, probably the most adept person you've ever seen at like shifting their form was your mother when she was teaching you how to do it yourself. This woman shifts at like twice the speed.
Okay.
Her form ripples and changes and reveals her true changeling form, with kind of like the gray ashen skin and the white hair. And she's looking down at you, Isabella, your aunt.
Oh my god. It's a family reunion that I never wanted. Or maybe I do now. Oh man.
When Good Skulk over there captured your half-sister, I thought you'd be here much sooner. You certainly took your time.
Oh boy.
Doesn't family mean anything to you?
Just mean mugger. Not gonna respond.
What
to
do you
that.
do? You're not going to respond?
I just like, I think he just folds his arms and just looks at her, just like kind of like with daggers in his eyes, like, what? How dare you do this to my half sister?
When you don't respond, she says, "Oh, don't be like that, Vertinor. I know we've never met before, but we are family. We should try to get along. Maybe you'll do better once my hounds have had their way with you." And she snaps her fingers, and then the hounds begin to rush forward.
Okay.
God.
Let's roll initiative,
Well, this is great.
and I'll get combat music.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
Well,
Is Estelle Night Mantis like awake and just bound?
She looks probably like she's on the... Like, she doesn't look... Yeah, she looks like she's kind of like on the verge of consciousness and unconsciousness, I would say.
Okay.
Is this song too loud? Let me drop it down a bit.
Yeah, it might be a little loud.
Since you guys kind of had the advantage coming in here, though, if you want to array yourselves differently, go ahead and move yourselves to how you want to be.
Yeah, I definitely want to be taking up some,
Yeah.
like blocking
One of the passages.
passages.
I'll take the other one then. Hold on, though.
Yeah, probably don't go any further than like the edge of that first pillar. But yeah, you can move anywhere you want in that sort of like first area.
Oh, okay.
I think I'll follow up behind.
You said that corner, right, Ethan?
Oh, no, like the far corner. So you could go 2 squares forward if you wanted to.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll go here.
I'll
Right
do
there.
that. And let me... Okay, let's say Emilio and... Ria will be here.
Okay, how did everyone do?
Well, I rolled my second natural one of the night, so 3.
No.
Oh no.
Okay,
I got a 15.
15.
I got a 19.
And Vert?
12.
12, okay. Let's see how this initiative sorts out.
How did Amelia and Maria do?
Sorry, Ethan. That was my question. Do they go after me, or do they have each their own roll?
Let's put them after you for simplicity.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that clarification. I just want to make things as simple as possible.
Mhm.
So we'll put them directly after you.
Yep.
Okay. As the group of you kind of take your combat stances, the first person who would act, but isn't actually going to do anything this turn, is Skulk. And so you see this Warforged bounty hunter kind of comes to the very edge of the barrier and kind of stands there, and his arms are crossed, and he's looking down at the group of you. And he kind of like reaches to his hip and pulls up like a metal pistol with a long tube-like attachment to the front of it. And he just kind of like checks the cartridge in it and then puts it back in and kind of like readies his pistol. So he readies an action just in case.
One quick thing. Is this the same bounty hunter that I saw in Fimir, I think?
It is indeed.
Oh, it's this guy!
Yeah, I've been assuming it's the same guy the whole time.
He's been after me for so long! Ah!
Yep. And it turns out he went ultimately for a different Oranglass.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Then, rolling also very well, Albric Coldlake kind of comes over here around the pillar, and he similarly seems to prepare an action. He kind of raises his hand and fire crackles in it. But nothing to do there. The barbed devil next to him also raises a hand and fire crackles in it. But they seem to be watching for now. And then the first of your party to act is Embers.
Okay. Embers is going to step forward just a little bit, kind of keeping a position, blocking this little passage with Vert and Ellen behind her, and it's going to make...
Oh, I forgot to tell you. One of these wolves is significantly bigger than the rest. I mean, you can see that on Roll20, but
I do have it in my initiative order. It's like hounds and then big hound.
Yeah, yes, there is a big hound. Okay, sorry, as you were.
And then, yeah, I'm going to make 4 radiant bolt attacks against this one, the nearest one here.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. These are all to hit. Okay. Whoop. Got my dice too early. Okay, that's a nat 1. That will miss.
Mm-hmm.
An 11 will probably miss. Wait, what is it? 13? What about 13?
Wait,
13 also misses.
You get a bonus because you still have temp HP.
Oh, that's right. It's a +3.
+3.
So 16?
That does hit.
Okay. So 3 hits then.
Ew.
Let's see. And these are all... Ooh, good rolls. Uh, 41 radiant damage.
Oh, dang. Let me check here to see if they have any sort of... Nope, no resistance. Okay. 41 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
Those 3 bolts slam into that first hound, and it kind of whimpers in pain, but then it recovers its feet and just snarls at you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else for Embers?
Nope, that was my action and bonus action.
Okay. Then it is the Big Hound. And the Big Hound is going to... What does it have for speed? Okay, that's pretty good. Well, that's too far. Looks like the only person it can really reach is Embers, so it kind of leaps down from the pillar that it was on, and lopes forward towards Embers. I'm going to put it there. And kind of gets up in your face. And this thing is as big as a horse, but otherwise looks like it very much resembles these other hounds. And you can see the other hounds are kind of looking to it for direction. Okay, what did I give this thing that it can do? I think as it is right now, it just makes 2 bite attacks for this turn. Does a 20 hit you?
Not currently. Not thanks to that temp HP.
All right, then they both miss. It comes in biting, and you just dodge out of the way.
Okay.
Then it is Art's turn.
Oh shit! Yeah. That guy's big and concerning. So, I can make it to here, right? Hold on. I can make it to Embers.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
about.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, even if you
Yeah,
factor
I'm
in having to
gonna-
go around the pillar, you can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna move right here.
How tall are those pillars?
They're varying heights. The lowest one is probably like this one in the back here, which is probably like, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet off the ground.
Oh, okay.
I would say most of them are 5 to 10 feet off the ground, and then this like really big one here is probably 20 feet off the ground.
So if they're mostly 5 to 10 feet, would that mean that we have basically full cover from like the Albrick and all those folks that are...
It will kind of depend where you are, because like where Vert and Elwyn are, yes.
Okay.
And Emilio and
Got it.
Maria, yes.
Got it.
But Embers and Art, probably not, because they do have like a height vantage.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm gonna use Know Your Enemy, like just in case, because I don't know.
What does that? What does that tell you?
Wait, hold on. Do I want to do it for these guys or for? You know what? I'm not gonna do that yet because
Okay.
I'm scared. I'm scared I'll need it later. Gonna do a good old little attack.
Ember's just measuring things out.
I like to see some planning going on.
Or Elwyn, maybe it was.
Oh, 17.
You weren't
plus 9
supposed to
is
see
a
that.
lot of math, so
I did see it though.
Maybe you're the only one that did, because I turned off broadcast to others. Don't
What did
worry
Art
I
do?
assume a 20.
Oh yeah,
it was
double hit. Mm-hmm.
17 plus 9.
Yeah.
And then 18 plus 9. Those were
Oh,
my
yeah.
two. Those were my two
Oh, no.
attacks. So now
Okay,
I'm just gonna
those both
roll
hit.
damage. Oh, it's a D4. Okay, that is. $24 radiant.
How much? You're
44?
away from the mic.
Oh shit! Sorry. It was 6 plus 8, 14 plus 4.
Okay, so
18.
18
that
damage.
And then 2 plus 8, 10, and 6 radiant. 16.
Okay.
And
So you get 2 good slashes in on this hound. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
as a reminder, that was against the big guy. He is sapped.
Correct.
So disadvantage on its next attack roll. And
Oh.
What?
Nothing. Finish your turn and then I'll say the thing.
Can I have made that last one a goading attack, or is it too late? It's okay if it's too late.
No, you can make it a goading attack. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, then so I'm gonna add a superiority die, which is a 8.
Superiority.
I can't say superiority. I just can't. It fucks me. It's 4, right?
An extra 4 damage.
4.
Okay. And then does it make a save to see if it's goaded, or is it just goaded?
Yes, DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
I think it's gonna pass, but it depends on what its wisdom is. Yes, it passes, unfortunately.
Okay.
So it is not goaded. Is that it for your turn?
Yes.
Okay. The thing that I was going to say is, Embers, one of the last ones to hit was a 20, but I realized I was looking at the small hounds bonus. Would a 22 have hit you?
No.
Okay, so still neither of them hit you. Okay.
Yeah, my AC currently is 23.
Good to know. Then it is Emilio's turn.
Yeah. I was like thinking about my next turn, and it's like, oh wait. Plus. I'm gonna be really honest. I'm scared for them because they're squishy, but I also know that, like, narratively. Well, no, because narratively, I told him to back up. So I think after seeing this big guy and noticing that. I think after noticing how the big one is moving and how the smaller ones kind of react to it, before making my way towards the big one, I would have told them to to cover Vert and Elwyn's flanks, to flank them from behind.
Okay.
So I would like to do that for their turns. What? Yes.
When Emilio and Maria get near us, I'm going to tell, I guess, the 3 of them that are next to me and say, I'm going to bring Night Mantis to us. Get ready to heal her, please.
You got it.
Okay. So Emilio and Maria could hold their action to do their healing hands.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's
okay.
And they've moved.
All right. Sounds like a good turn for them. Then it is Vert.
I take 1 step forward and get within range to cast Vortex Warp on Night Mantis.
Mm-hmm.
And attempt to bring her to us.
Yeah, I don't think she would or could resist at the moment. So where do you want to put her? It's got to be a square next to you?
Yes. So it'd be behind me, if that's okay?
Yeah, and I think as she appears behind you, out of that vortex, she kind of collapses down against the wall. She doesn't look like she's injured or something, but there's definitely a weariness, a drowsiness about her almost. And she kind of slumps against the pillar, and she kind of looks up at you and she says, Vert, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
You shouldn't have come, but I'm glad you did.
You called me here. Of course I
That
would
was
come.
before I knew what was waiting. And yeah, she
Okay.
kind of like slumps against the pillar there. And then Emilio and Maria's held actions would go off.
Okay. You said she's not injured though, so she's like, I mean, maybe I can't know, but she's like drugged or something, but like not actually hurt.
Mechanically, she is low on hit points, but like she hasn't been.
Okay.
She doesn't have like bruises and like
Gotcha.
scratches and things on her. She hasn't been like physically abused or anything like that.
I understand. And
So if
then-
anything, it's like a poison or something.
Cool. Can I like drop? Well, let's see how the healing goes first, I suppose. And then I might do something else on my turn, and then be done with it.
How much healing do they want to use? Oh, if you're speaking, we can't hear you. Your mic's light went out as well?
Yeah, sorry about
There
that.
you go. Okay, you're back.
Yeah, so it's 20 a day?
Yep, and they can
Is
choose how
that
much
correct?
they pour in. There's no roll, they just choose.
Oh, is there an appropriate amount? I don't know. Can we top her off? Like, can I say that or no? Do I need to
They
give you-
they don't have enough to top her off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe like five each, 10 each. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do 10.
Makes sense.
Let's do 10 each. Like,
Okay.
yeah, right?
Save some for emergencies.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
the light flows from their hands into Night Mantis, and you can see that she like kind of picks herself up a little bit. She's still kind of like stumbling and swaying a bit, and she doesn't have any weapons. But yeah, she's able to like stand up and hold herself up at that point, and she just kind of turns to them and says, "Thank you, whoever you are."
So, if it's a free action to drop an item, or if I can do that, I have a revolver in my inventory that I'd like to drop for her.
Okay, she will take that
So I will
revolver.
just like answer her
for
and
sure.
be like, you know how to use this better than I do. Let's get some revenge.
I have a question. Do we know if she's like poisoned or anything like that?
Because I know where you're going with this. No, she's not like technically poisoned, so don't spend like the
Okay.
5 extra
Okay.
hit points to like remove a poison. It's just like it was a poison that brought her to like such a weakened state, but she
I see.
does not have the poisoned condition.
Okay.
Yep. I was going to search for revolver.
Okay, and then I think I still have a bonus action, but I don't really have anything I can do with it, so I am good to, I think, end my turn there.
Okay. Night Mantis is up next. Talk about synergy.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So let's see. I need her bonus to hit with. Because me trying to be smart and help myself, I made a stat block without any of her equipment, but I didn't include her weapon, her guns. Okay. With a gun, she has +8 to hit.
Hell yeah.
I also have a bullet ant shooter if she wants that instead.
Give her what you want to give her.
I can give her both, I guess. If she can use both.
Free hand.
Alright, I give her both. Those are, and then I also have a crossbow, but I'll give her the 2 gun-like items that I have.
Okay. She kind of looks at the bullet ant shooter and isn't quite sure what to do with it, and takes aim with the revolver over Embers' shoulders. And let's see, how many attacks does she normally get with a gun? 2 attacks. So she will make those 2 attacks
Great.
with +8.
Alright. Hi, Mantis!
Both are hits.
She's the best!
Oh, yeah.
She's the best!
The first one does 15 piercing damage,
Yes.
Nice.
and the second one, oh no, dice under the chair. The second one does 13 piercing damage. Yeah, she can really only see the big guy, so both of those will go into him
Nice.
for 28.
Alright.
Yikes.
Alright.
Good turn.
Mm-hmm.
Now the regular spellhounds will get their turn to go. And this is where things are going to get a bit interesting. Five, 10,
Oh boy.
15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh no. Everyone's favorite thing is about to happen.
Okay. Okay. They're all going to attack Art, and they have a very special form of pack tactics where they get a static plus bonus based on how many of them there are around you.
Oh god.
So they're each going to roll with +4. I think
Remember,
it's
you
+4.
have a bonus as well to your AC, Kobo.
Yeah. It's +3, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I still have it written. Thank you.
So these, you're going to get 8 attacks.
Okay.
They're all attacking Art? No one's attacking Embers?
Yes, they very much gang up on one target, and they couldn't get all of them around Embers, so they're going for Art.
How do we get 8 out of 3?
There's
Sorry?
4. Oh, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Because it's
that's
just
right.
the little guys, right? Attacking.
Yes, but the big guy counts. Oh, but they don't count themselves, maybe?
The
Let me
big
check.
guy doesn't attack on this round, though, right?
Yes, correct.
So 6
Thank you.
Oh,
attacks.
6. Okay.
One is for each other spell. Okay, other. So actually, it's not quite as good of a bonus as I thought, because it's other spellhound. So they're each going to get +3 instead of +4. And yes, it's 6 attacks, not 8. Good catch.
Let's
Phew.
catch something else if we can.
Oh, then I don't. +3. Okay.
Okay.
On top of what their normal bonus is.
Does a 26 hit you?
No.
Yeah.
And then an 18 will miss.
Yeah.
21.
No.
Okay, the next 2 are misses. And 25.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 hits total out of the 6. Let's see. So you take 22 piercing damage and 14 force damage.
Can I?
And then can you make 2 strength saving throws as well?
Yes. Hold. Okay. Wait. 22 and 14. That's 36.
Yes.
But can I do a parry though?
Oh, certainly. Mm-hmm.
It works against one attack and not all of them combined,
Correct.
right?
So I'll separate it out once you've done your parry.
I mean, but 7 plus 5 is 12. So.
Actually, yeah, I guess there's no point in separating it out. So yeah, you can reduce that by 12 damage. Right? That's how that works?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Okay. Good
So
turn.
25 total, right?
Sorry, the 36 minus 12, 24.
24. There we go. Thank you for mathing for me. Whew. Oh,
Okay.
but my temp HP's gone, so my thing is gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. That's fun. That's fun.
But it also negated most of the damage, right?
Yes.
4 out of 6 hits. Yeah.
Okay. Then it is Elwyn's turn.
Great. Okay.
Oh, hang on, sorry. There were 2 strength saves you said Art needed to make?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
18
Got
on the
distracted by the
die,
parry.
plus 8, 26. Sorry, I got
Pass.
distracted by math. 26 and 17.
Those both pass. As they bite onto you, they try to drag you down to the ground. But you resist that effect. All right, Elwyn, you're up.
I think, one sec. Double checking a thing. Yep. Okay. Elwyn sees that Maria and Emilio so far have Night Mantis will in hand. And she kind of looks up and she nods at Night Mantis, but her attention is diverted because she knows she saw Albric Cold Lake up there. And you can see kind of a mist of cold steam coming off of her. And she's kind of more angry than you've seen her in a while. And she's like, I'm going to give this guy a taste of home. And she thrusts her her staff in that direction, and sends a blast of cold that twists and swirls and turns into a miniature storm. And it kind of expands until it hits, let's say it's centered right around here in a 20-foot radius, and she casts Ice Storm.
I see. So you like center it beyond the barrier.
Yes, because
Okay.
I can center it on a point within range, and I don't even have to have line of sight to it.
All right then. What is the effect?
So let's see. So yeah, this 20-foot radius, it'll get both of these guys and the wolf here.
The effect will stop at the barrier, so the wolf is not affected.
Fine, bitch. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. But yeah, I'll take it. It's
Yeah,
a
you can basically
dexterity.
get one half of the thing. So I assume you want the
Understood.
Albric half.
Yeah, I want the Albric half. So it's a dexterity saving throw,
Okay.
and I'm gonna roll a shit ton of dice.
Let's see how they do.
2d10 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage, just for anyone who's paying attention at home. That's a lot of dice.
Okay.
Let me find my dice that I'm gonna roll. 2d10.
And
46. Ew. Finding my frostiest looking dice. Okay, what are your rolls?
just double checking Albric doesn't have anything here. Doesn't look like he does. So I will roll this as is. Albric is going to fail. The devil that's standing next to him gets a 17. So you
It's
tell
a
me how
fail.
that does. That's
It's
also
a fail.
They both fail.
Yeah, so they're gonna take. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 15 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and maths. 1 sec.
Hard.
18 cold damage.
Nice.
Okay. So 15 and 18. And thank you
And-
for separating them out for me because it does matter in this case.
I figured it would because he's an asshole. So that I do not think it persists, but it does turn that area into difficult terrain
Okay.
until the end of my next turn.
So yeah, they're basically like this flurry of ice and snow erupts there and just flash freezes the entire area, and they're basically on an ice skating rink now.
And for anyone who's keeping track at home, I get a free cast of that once per day. So I just used that and didn't expend a spell slot.
Very cool.
So that's my action. And I think that Elwyn will maybe just take a step closer to Night Mantis just in case. And that's her turn.
Okay. Good turn. I think as you cast this spell at these two, and Night Mantis sees that happen, and then you step up to her, I think you just see her flash you a smile, and she just says, "There she is."
Never left. Also, did you make concentration saves for those two motherfuckers holding actions? Not that it matters, because I bet it's their turn up next, but...
Let's see. Albric passes his, and the other guy doesn't have to because it's not a spell.
Okay.
But Albrecht does pass his. Good call. Let's see. All right, we can go a little bit into the next round, I think. Skulk is going to kind of come, like he strides over this way, and he just like starts spinning the revolver around his finger, just watching, as he also holds a action. Albrecht Coldlake, having been blasted by ice and snow, kind of like he's shielding his eyes, and he drops his arm, and you can see he's just snarling, and he's like, "You're going to wish you hadn't done that, lassie." And he's going to come over this direction, and we'll see what
difficult terrain though, half movement for 20 feet.
Okay, so he was here,
or at least for 15 feet of it.
So he can come this direction. Okay. Let's see what he is capable of doing through this. Oh. Shoot, I missed something in my spells. In my stat block here. Okay. So I'm going to walk something back, but your damage all takes there. The only difference is when the combat started, there's something that I forgot to narrate that was in his stat block, which is that he basically, like, his body, like, erupted in flames, so he was just, like, wreathed in this flaming armor. And your spell did...
Did it douse it?
That's what I'm checking.
Ice Storm, it doesn't say anything about dousing flames in it.
It did, though, based on the way this thing works. His flaming armor went out.
Nice. It was totally planned. I totally planned to do that, guys.
Yeah.
Totally planned.
You just knew.
I knew.
What other galaxy brain things just happened that we didn't notice?
Let's see. That'll be fun. Okay. Let me just check the
Oh no, he switched to dark even. Did you see it? I saw the
yep, I saw it.
The pendulum.
It was scary. I don't like it. I like nice Ethan.
Let's see. Okay. I need to...
Can he see us?
If you could see him, he can see you. So I'm gonna say...
I couldn't see him. The spell said a point within range. It did not say a point I could see within range.
All right. He can do the same thing though, where he targets like the wall of this pillar here.
Oh no.
Yes, I need everyone in that to make a dex save. As oh wait, no, this one has to be. Sorry, I need to check something. Spells are complicated.
Spells are super complicated.
Nope.
But
okay, he can't do this one. He can't do this one.
I did read mine like 3 times to make sure that I could cast it without being able to see him.
Can't do that one, but he can do that one.
So you said there's some sort of like, is it like a magic barrier blocking
Wall of Force?
That's the wall of force. Ah, okay, thank you. I heard
this,
wall of force and I thought it was like the pillars for some reason. I'm like, wow, there's some fancy
this like
pillars.
Green tint all around the arena. Everyone is behind it.
Oh, got it. Okay, thank you for explaining that. Sorry, I missed it.
But they can shoot projectiles through it? I'm so
Well, I don't think they
confused.
can, or Skulk would be.
Yep. Correct. But you can target a point beyond it, but you can't shoot through it. That's the complicated thing with Wall of Force, and it's why I can't do the thing that I was about to do. But I can do something that's almost worse now that I look at it.
Don't do it. Look inward. You don't really want to do it.
Okay. Let's figure out how I want to do this then. I'm going to draw something very poorly.
My expectations are
Oh
set.
boy, what's the best way to do this?
This. You know when you have to freehand draw a shape, like, it's bad.
Okay, let's see.
Especially using a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What is the best
That's real
way?
bad.
Let's see. How many squares is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. A 60-foot wall of fire
Ooh.
erupts in
My
your space.
babies.
Let's read the wall of fire spell.
Children, no.
60
Why
foot
don't I
long,
have
20
counter
foot
spell?
high, 1 foot thick. It is opaque and lasts for the duration. When the wall appears, each creature within it must make a dexterity save or take some damage. And then thereafter, one side of the wall, it will be the side facing inward, basically containing this group. One side of the wall deals fire damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
initially it's just whoever's in there, and then thereafter it will be damage to anyone who ends near it.
Mm-hmm.
So Emilio, Maria, and Embers, I need dex saves.
30-20.
Dirty 20 is a pass.
A dex save. 11 for Emilio.
That's a fail.
Yeah, I figured. And 12 for
That's
Maria.
also a fail.
Yeah.
So let's see. It does this much damage, but he's a warlock, and it is upcast. So it does that much damage. Got it.
Jeez.
Okay.
Maybe the ghost will save them.
I mean,
26 points of fire damage
I feel like that was
to
low.
those who failed. It was low.
Yeah. That's good.
26 points of fire damage to those who fail. Embers, do you take none of this, right?
I take none.
Yep, because of invasion.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, throw more deck saves at me, please.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Ember's the untouchable.
But he sees this wall of fire like burning at Emilio and Maria, who both shriek in pain. And he just kind of laughs and he says, "See, two can play at that game. Burn!"
Not the game I was playing.
That will be his turn. Can the Barbed Devil do anything from beyond here? I don't think so.
you said to move like inside, so like Maria would move, I assume, up here, and then Emilio up 1 too. So they're not touching it, or
Oh no! At the end of their, or they don't.
On
they
their
don't move
turn,
out
they
of the
can
wall.
run out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yep. Okay, and then it is Embers' turn.
Let's see. Which of these 3 smaller wolves is the one I damaged before?
The one right here that I just
Okay.
pinged.
How bad's it looking?
How much did they have to begin with? It's not quite bloodied, but close.
Okay. In that case, Embers is going to make 1 attack against it and 3 against Large Wolf. Let me roll the one against it first. Does a 26 hit?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it takes 10 force damage. Is pushed 5 feet.
Yup.
Embers walks into the space it occupied to try and mitigate some of this pack nonsense happening. And then from this position is going to make the other 3 attacks against Big Wolf.
It's also sapped. Is that affecting your attacks or its attacks?
Its attacks.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, Big Wolf. Does a 21 hit Big Wolf?
Yes.
Then they all hit.
Oh, poor Big Wolf.
And then the first attack is going to be a stunning strike.
Okay. It rolled a natural 20 on the save.
Dang. Okay. But at least one of these others is going to... The next attack at least is going to be at advantage, so I'll just see if I crit. I did crit.
Oh, snap!
Yes.
You love when that works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. How does this work again? So I'm going to roll, and then I'm going to add max damage. Okay, yeah.
Correct.
So three hits, one of these as a crit. Bad rolls. Let's see. Uh, 37 all told.
Big Wolf is not looking good at this point.
Yeah, and that was force damage.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Yeah, Big Wolf is like whimpering, but it's its turn. Let's see. I think it will leave the thing. Yeah, it's going to leave that to the smaller wolves. There's something it could do, but I think the smaller wolves can do it just as well. So it will focus on making attacks against Art. And it gets that +3 for pack tactics. And it makes 2 of these attacks. I'll make them one at a time, just in case it can drag Art to the ground for the second one. Nope, it's gonna miss. It's gonna miss because a 17 misses. And then the second one, that's going to hit. Yeah, 28 to hit.
Yeah.
In that case, Art, you take 12 piercing damage and 7 force damage, and then need to make a strength saving throw.
So that's 19 total.
Yes.
Thank you for doing math for me. I appreciate it.
I didn't do that for you. You did it
That's
for you.
a natural 20.
All right, you again
28.
resist being dragged to the ground.
I was very concerned for a sec because I hadn't rolled a nat 20 on these yet, and I was like, "Is that an 8? No."
Sorry for
That's your 20.
doing this again, but that one was sapped, right?
Yeah, and it missed with the first attack.
Okay, so you did you did it. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I did actually remember, and it missed pretty horribly. Art, then it's your turn.
Yes. Llama,
And I think we will end for tonight after Art's turn. I don't think we can make it through the end of this initiative round.
Okay, yeah. Let's do longsword. You said the big one's looking bad. Let's do longsword attacks. Full attacks against it. First attack is a 15 plus 9. 13 plus 9.
Yeah,
22.
that will hit. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and let me do the damage for that one. So that's 5 plus 8. 13.
Okay.
And
It
a
is
6.
still stand. Oh, and a 6.
Mhm. That's my first attack.
Yeah, the big wolf is slain by that first attack.
Yeah, let's fucking go. And yeah, so he's just gonna be like and turn around to the one that Ember's fucked up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Swing at that one. It's a 17 on the die plus 9. 17 on the die plus 9, 26.
It's mm-hmm.
And let me do my 2 things again. 3 plus 8, 11. Plus 5.
So 16?
Yeah.
Okay. It is now blood. Yes, it is bloodied as well.
Okay.
But
Then
still
I'm gonna
up.
action surge. I'm sorry,
Okay.
you said the end of my turn, and I'm making it the longest turn possible.
No, do it. Do your thing.
Do it!
Okay, so first attack. That's a 19 on the die plus 9.
That does hit. Yep.
7 plus 8, 15. Plus 2.
Still standing. But
Okay.
looking pretty wobbly.
And my second attack. 18 on the die plus 9. Damn. 27?
You can't do enough damage to not kill this thing, so there's another trophy for you.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else for your turn?
I was. Oh, I think that's it for my turn. Yeah. I'm actually done. Sorry.
Okay. Then, as your turn ends, I know I said it was the last thing, but I'm going to do one last thing here.
Could you?
You defeat that. Sorry, I just want the right music here. Where's the good music? Yeah, this will do fine. You take down that wolf, the big wolf, and you see that the other wolves kind of like see it go down, and there's like this like shock that registers on their face, but then they turn back to you with their snarls. But from across the room, in sort of like the VIP box looking down over this place, Isabella's magnified voice booms out into the arena again, and she says, I tire of this. Skulk, do what you promised. And the walls of force around everywhere but the VIP box drop. So Albert, Cold Lake, Zal, and Skulk are now no longer blocked by barriers. And then Isabella and Paldair kind of turn and walk away, leaving the box space. Change layer. There we go. And disappearing out of sight. But as they do so, and Skulk kind of like steps forward to the edge, and Albrecht and the devil do as well. There's like a whooshing of wind that kind of like ripples through the arena, and all the torches douse, and it is pitch black in here. And let me just do, I hope it updates automatically for you.
Oh shit.
Did it do it? Did it do the thing?
Yeah, it did the thing.
It goes dark in the arena.
Oh,
and we'll pick up
shit.
there next session.
Oh my
That's cool.
god.
That's really cool.
Thank you all for playing. Thank you to anyone who came to watch. We'll be back with more of this Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Hope to see you then. Bye.
I
Bye.
Bye.